Ray's tongue touched his lips and his eyes narrowed to slits. He sank a little deeper into the crouch, and the men drew away to the sides of the street. Scarcely as 20 feet away, the two faced each other. Take off your shirt, Ray. Take it off and show them. Reach up, slow, and unbutton it. You take it off yourself, or I'll take it off your body. Go to blazes. Ray's voice was hoarse and strange. Then, with incredible swiftness, his hands dropped before his guns. In the hot, dusty stillness of the afternoon street, all was deathly still. Somewhere a baby cried, and a foot shipped on the boardwalk. For what seemed an age, all movement seemed frozen, and as two men in the street faced each other. Kitty Blaze, with her eyes wide with horror, seemed caught in that same breathless, time-frozen hush. The hands of the men were moving with flashing speed, but at that instant everything seemed to move hauntingly slowly. She saw that Mart Ray's guns swing up, and she saw the killing eagerness in his face. His thin lips. His lips thin and white, and his eyes blazing. And she saw the stranger, Jim Gary, tall, lithe, and strong. His dark face passionless, yet somehow ruthless. And she saw his lean brown hand flash in a blur of a moment, and saw flame leap from the black muzzles of his guns, and saw Mart Ray smashed back. She saw his body flung sideways into the hitching rail, saw a horse reared, his lashing hooves within inches of the man. She saw the gun blaze again from the ground and a leap of dust from the stranger's shoulder. And she saw Gary move coolly aside and bring his guns better to bear upon the man who was now struggling up. As in a kind of daze, she saw Jim Gary holding his fire, letting Ray get to his feet. In that stark, incredible instant, she saw him move his lips, and she heard the words as they all heard in the sound of the street. I'm sorry, Mart. You shouldn't have played it this way. I'd rather have been the stampede. And then Ray's gun swung up. His shirt was bloody. His face twisted in a sort of leer, torn into the cheek by a bullet. But his eyes were fiendish. The guns came up, and even as they came level, red flames stabbed from the muzzles of Gary's guns, and Ray's body jerked. Dust sprang from his shirt's back, and he staggered back and sat down on the edge of the walk. And as though taken with a severe pain in the groin, he rolled over into the street and sprawled flat. Somewhere thunder rolled. For a long moment, the street was motionless. And somebody said, "We better get inside, she's raining." Jerry swung from his horse, and a couple of strides was beside the fallen man. Ripping back the shirt, he exposed the side, scarred by a steer's hoof. Dan Blaze jerked around. "Slagle!" he yelled. "Where's Red Slagle? Get him!" "Here!" Slagle was sitting against the building, gripping at a bloody hand. "I caught a slug. I got behind Ray." He looked at Blaze. "Gary's right. He's straight as a string. It was Ray's idea to bring him and use him as the goat after he found him with us." Dan Blaze knelt beside him. "Who killed my brother?" he demanded. "Was it you or Ray?" "Ray shot him first. I finished it. I went hunting him, and he busted out of the brush. He had a stick he carried for walking, which I mistook it for a gun." "What about Langer?" Gary demanded. "Where's he?" Red grinned a hard, cold grin. "He lit a shuck. That whooping you gave him took something out of him. Once he started to run, he didn't stop, not even for his money." He dug into his pocket. "That reminds me, here's the $40 you earned." Jim Gary took the money, surprised, speechless. Slagle stood erect. Struck over right. Gary's expression seemed to irritate him. "Well, you earned it, didn't you? And I hired you, didn't I? Well, I never jipped any no man on honest wages yet." Anyway, he added wryly, by the looks of that rope, I don't reckon I'll need it. Luck to you, kid, and he grinned. Stay out of trouble. Thunder rumbled again, and rain poured in the street. A driving, pounding rain that would start the washes running and bring the grass to life again. Green and waving for the grazing cattle. Moving west, moving north.